Hello everyone. Don't worry, I don't bite. Go ahead. Watch the video.
Hello, good evening everybody, and once again I'm in my night suit. I had made this recording last week and I'm not sure what I did to the recording, but I ended up with a file that was so big that exporting it was impossible. So I'm re-recording the Lightroom edits. And this is the Lightroom cloud version, which is Lightroom CC, if you want to call it that like that. And what I'm going to focus on today is local editing. So I'll start with just a few global edits, and then I'm going to show you local editing. And I will focus only on 2 images today. And I will probably make another video tomorrow or day after, but either which way I will have them out. So let's jump into it, and I will now open up the images in Lightroom Cloud. So I have opened this image, which is an image I photographed in Benares. And the last time I made a video, I had a slight problem with the layout because the corners were rounded. So let me take you through some of those aspects of the photograph which we could not, or the screen which you could not see the last time. The first thing on top here, you see a local tab. The local tab actually explores all images that are on your connected hard drives. So these can be your external drives. So I have 2 external drives on your computer, and this is of course me as the main user, and it connects also to Dropbox if you have a Dropbox folder, and it accesses all the images on your Dropbox. An advantage of using the cloud version of Lightroom is that you don't eat up additional hard space. Now you can of course, you have favorites, so you can put your images into the favorites. I don't normally do that. And then this tab is the cloud. So any image that you have in your Adobe Cloud account will be here. And I have way too many images. Now this is an image that I photographed with my mobile phone and edited in the mobile phone, and this is a very bizarre image. This is an ink splotch. So I'm going to go back to the local tab. As you can see, you have the local and the cloud. You can copy a photograph to the cloud by pressing this particular button, and even in the cloud you can create folders, and as you can see, I've made one which is DSP. Back to the local, you can rate your images by just pressing a number. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 0. You can flag an image, you can reject an image. If you make an edit, you can copy the edit settings by pressing this tab, and it just copies. And what you can do here is that you can actually select every single edit that you have made, whether it's the optics or the effects or whatever, and then you paste it onto another image, and which means that you're effectively pasting your edits onto another image. This actually shows you how you want to display the image, whether you want it to fit like that. And if you fit it like that, then you can see all the images which are in that particular folder in this little film strip here. Of course, you can have various views, 12%, 25%, and because I'm in the fit, I'm only seeing 71.1% of the image. And this tab, so the shortcut is the backslash, and this will show you the image before and after. The I, if you press the I, so as you can see it's a small I, the shortcut is I. Click the I, and here I get all the camera details. So I know that I use a Nikon D200. I use the 12 to 24 millimeter lens, which is a wide angle lens. Because you have an NEF extension, you know it's a RAW file. I use the 24 millimeter focal length. I was at a shutter speed of 1/125, an aperture of f10, which is good, and an ISO of 200, which is also good. I can give it a title, Lazy Man on the steps. And bad spelling. Okay, we've got that. I will copy it. Copy to the alt text as well, and just add in Varanasi. The alt text, as I have mentioned to you, is a text which is almost hidden in the image and is helpful for those who are visually impaired. I can now add in the location data. I can just say Ghats just for the hell of it. Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, India. Got it? So this is done. And now if I press this little tab, I can enter keywords. So I will say India, Varanasi, Ghats, people, street, photography, dawn, natural, light, photography. There you go. And I have all my keywords entered in, and the keywords are very useful when you want your image to be searchable on the web. Now I will go to the edit tab, which is I get by pressing this little tab here, or by pressing E. You can see the shortcut there, E on my keyboard. Once I press the E on my keyboard, I get this tab. Now what I'm going to do is to start by removing the chromatic aberration, enabling lens correction. In the world of AI or with all the AI tools, you will normally start by removing noise first. So I want the raw details. In the video that I do tomorrow, I would have done this already. Okay, so now you wait. Be patient. Everybody must be patient. So don't believe this 4-second estimate all the time. Don't believe this 4-second estimate all the time. This 4-second can be even 10 seconds. Sometimes the estimate lies. Alright, now I am opening up all the various profiles. You have various profiles here, the adaptive color, and as you move down, you will see the color change. Standard, vivid, adaptive black and white. Why isn't showing? Okay, an adaptive monochrome. If you click the adaptive black and white, Adobe will suggest a black and white setting for you. So I'm going to click the adaptive color, which gives me a decent enough setting to start with. I can increase it or reduce it. So let's keep it here. Now, what do I want to do in this particular image? I want to brighten this man, but if I brighten the man too much, then I will be brightening the whole image. I also want to brighten his trousers. I want to convert this red into an absolutely disgusting color, just because. And I want to reduce the haze in the sky. So let's start by here. If I want to increase the shadow slightly, I've done that. Now this little triangle on top tells me that there is too much black, and you will see a lot of black in the trouser. So if I remove some of the black, you see it's affecting this area and bringing some detail back. Okay, now I'm going to go to the color tab. This color tab actually gives me edits in the color channels: the red color channel, the orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, indigo and magenta. But I can't visualize where the edits will be taking place. So if I click the red, I want you to focus on this man's facial skin, because everyone's face has a bit of red. So if I'm going to change the color of that particular structure here, you'll see the skin color is changing also. So I'm not going to use that. Similarly, if I use the point color, I much prefer to use the point color. And if I click it, the point color, select the eyedropper, there's the red. And now, if I visualize the range, you'll see everywhere where there's some red, there will be an edit. So there will be an edit here which I don't particularly like. So once again, I can change the hue, but it's changing everywhere. So let's not get into that. I can reduce this particular range if I want to. But even when I reduce the range, and if you see, as I press the slider, more or less of the image is becoming red, which means more or less of the image will receive the edit. So a global edit in this case will not work. So I'm going to click out, and I will go to the masking section, which I can get or access by pressing M. So I'll press M, and one of the first things that it does is that it detects the people. Now you can add masks, subtract masks and intersect. Let's only focus on adding and subtracting and the various kinds of masks that you have. In the next video, I will show you how to select an object. Right now, I'm going to focus on the linear gradient, the brush, maybe the radial gradient and the color range. But first, let's look at the color range. So if I want the color range, again, Command Shift C, you press the color range. And once I do that, I make a slight rectangle and I get the color. But as you can see, it is affecting all of these areas, which is terrible. Now I can add or subtract. So let me subtract. If I want to subtract, I will subtract all people. So now you see the people are not going to be affected. All of this red part is what is known as the overlay, and the overlay tells you where the edit is going to happen. In the mask, wherever the edit is going to happen will be in red. Again, I will subtract, and now I'm going to use the brush because I don't want this woman's face to become strange. So I'm going to, as you can see, I am removing the overlay wherever I do not want it. Is that clear? And I don't want it on his face either, or on his trousers. Alright, now you have a look at the font. So I press light. I can increase the exposure, reduce the exposure, but nothing is happening to the man's face or this man's face. In the color, again, I can select the point color. I go clicking here. I don't really need to do. And let's change this color and make it completely disgusting. So that's what I've done. Now I can create a new mask by pressing plus, and I want to select the sky. It takes some time to select the sky, and as you can see, the sky is selected. You can see this little overlay, and you can see the mask here. Here I only want to go to the effects part, and I'm going to dehaze, increase or reduce the haze in the sky, and that is all. Third thing I want to do is to focus on the people. So let me now focus on the man in the front. As you can see, I can either choose the whole person or just his facial skin, and you can see the overlay is here. So let's create a mask. Let me increase the texture on his face. Let me brighten the face slightly. I'm not saying that this is what I would do in real life. And I want another mask. People, person 1, I only want his clothes. And as you can see, the edit will only affect his clothes. I create the mask. I reduce the shadows. I will increase the texture in the clothes. And as far as I am concerned with this edit demonstration, I am done. I press E again to go back to the main tab. I will press either this button or the backslash. As you can see, this is how the image was in the beginning, and this is how it looks now. The beginning and now. Clear? All right. So we've done this image, and now I'm going to move to the next image. I will do these two images tomorrow. Okay, now in this image, again, I'm going to start with the optics, remove the aberration, click raw details, denoise. I photographed this scene as soon as I left the Kashi Vishwanath Gully. I saw this man on his little, I don't know, this little platform with the tiny wheels as he was whizzing down the road. I saw the man on the scooter behind him. I crouched low on the road when the man was about here, and I kept my camera focused at this point here. All right, and I waited. As soon as he reached this point, I took the picture. Now, what's the problem? He's too dark. He's a bit dark. These people are fine. Again, I don't like the sky, but that's fine. I can again do a slight global edit. I can increase the contrast, forget it. I can change the color a little bit, but I don't want to do that. I can increase the vibrance. Okay, let's increase the vibrance. Everything that is slightly unsaturated becomes more saturated. The saturation slider is a much heavier slider, so if you go heavy, either which way, you have a dramatic effect. So let's leave that alone. Again, let's go to the masking section, choosing the people, and I'm only going to focus on the people. And let's focus on this man. Let's focus on his entire body for the time being. I'll click the shadows, and I've increased the light in his eyes. I'm also going to work on I don't want to work too much on the blacks because you can see that the image is becoming strange. So I'm going to leave this alone. I will come back to this later. Add another mask. People, same person, clothes. All right. Now here I am going to increase the saturation of his clothes, and I only want his shirt to be affected. So I click point color. I will click, and as you can see, the yellow is, I'm choosing the yellow. All right. And I will increase the saturation. I will increase the luminance, which is the brightness, and it's done. Now I can click this eyeball and see how it is before and after, before and after. Now let's see what I should do. I will now use another mask. Press B for the brush tool, and I can increase the size of the brush by using this slider, or reduce the size, or I can press the left and right square bracket keys. So I'm going to press the square bracket keys, whoops, and I only want to highlight this part. Okay, now as you can see, there's a little plus inside the circle, so I have selected too much. Now if I press the option, which I think is control in, or whatever it is in the PC, I get a minus, and I can remove the excess, or I can add again, remove the excess. But anyway, you get the idea, I hope. Again, I only want to look at the black and the exposure, and now suddenly there's some more detail back in this particular little thingy. Now I don't want anything to be affected here, so again I can subtract, use the brush, and I will cut out this part. So the hand is not being affected at all. Okay, so let's again work on the man. Create a new mask. People, person 1, body skin, facial skin, eyes, lips, create. And these are all the little masks which I can, which sum up to make this mask. And again, I'm just going to reduce the shadows, then bring some more definition back. I'm going to increase the texture on his face, and voila, the image has been done. And I will press the backslash and the backslash again, and you will get the final image. So I have taken you through two very quick edits using the local masking tools, and I can actually kind of go into a fair amount of detail, focusing only on the t-shirt here, this color here, this color here. This man, you can see it's too dark, his trousers are too dark. So when you're using local mask, you can actually drill down to small parts of the image. When you are going to copy an edit setting and paste an edit setting, when you're in situations like this, I do not suggest that you copy the mask and paste the mask, or you might end up with a very strange image. So that's for this particular edit. And let me turn it off. Whoopsie. Okay, yeah. So that's all for this first video. I'm gonna make it short, small, as they say. And tomorrow I will demonstrate a few more masks and the remove tool, or the remove blemish tool, in the fourth image. So I don't know if I'll make the video tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, but you will get both these videos within this week, hopefully. So see you next time. And I'm going to